How am I supposed to accept this? We may be equal partners at home, but not in this company.
I realize that.
Not in raising my son either.
Ridge, he's an adult.
He's an employee. He works for me.
Ridge, you wouldn't be shutting down any other designer the way you're shutting down Thomas. Taylor and your mother have you so convinced that I'm bent on some sick relationship with him.
Brooke, that's not the issue here. I'm talking about my relationship with him. And what gives you the right to interfere in that?
Okay, so this money that you're using...
To fight homelessness?
You're not doing this to impress me, are you?
Well, Daisy, I've done a lot of things to impress you. Did it work?
Maybe a little. You know I'm not trying to change you, right?
Yes, I know. But you're probably the only one I'd listen to.
All right, then do yourself a favor. Don't go to war with your dad.
Do you think it's too late for a swimsuit issue? I mean, you tell me. The big one just came out. And...
Guys never get tired of looking at naked women, even half-naked women.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we...
Whoa. Yeah. What is it? Whoa, that's enough. All right, that's it. You're going home.
Why?
Because you came back to work too soon.
I'm fine.
I'm not taking any chances with you. You're going home.
Okay, maybe I don't want to go home if Hope isn't there.
Sorry I'm late. What are you talking about? Were we expecting you?
Hey, do you have any news about the Taboo press conference?
They may be starting a women's line.
Gee, I'm shocked.
They're donating a cut of the profits to charity. But unofficially, I don't think Taboo is supposed to exist. And I don't think we're supposed to know.
Why do you think I should back off with my dad?
I see a man who's coming into his own.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And coming into your own means admitting that there will be obstacles in your path. You love your father.
Of course I do.
Okay, well, you undermined him deliberately.
I had to.
And in the process, you stole his voice.
Yes, to keep him from stealing mine.
Do not do this, Thomas. You don't want to lose him. He's your father.
We thank you for your support of the Forrester Taboo line. It is with regret that we're putting it to an end. RF.
Ridge.
They read this at the press conference?
No, it was business as usual for Thomas and Brooke.
They were hanging all over each other.
Not at all, but Thomas was still very flirtatious towards his father's wife.
I never thought Ridge had it in him to sign off on a promotion that edgy. Something finally pushed his buttons. I wonder what.
I withheld something from you, Ridge. And I was wrong. And now we are having this conversation that seems a little too dangerous. Instead of a simple, what's going on with him, talk that we would have had if I came to you right away and told you about Thomas's kiss.
Yeah, well, now I'm frankly very tired of hearing it.
Okay, well now I have to tell you something else, because if I wait, it's only going to get worse. You cannot pull rank on Thomas and kill the line.
So you admit you were wrong in one breath, and the next you side with him.
No, I side with you, always. You know that. I just don't want things to go wrong between you and Thomas. I'm worried about the two of you. And if you clamp down on him now, that's exactly what's going to happen.
How am I supposed to make things right with my dad? Because right now I'm pretty sure he's ready to fire me.
Okay. What if he does? What does that change? You're still a son. That's the relationship you've got to honor.
But what is that supposed to mean? Sure, Dad, whatever you say.
Is that the only way you two know how to relate to each other?
All right, Daisy, all I know is I'm tired of apologizing. Yes, I did something wrong, but nobody got hurt and nobody suffered any lasting damage here.
That is your assessment. And honestly, you don't get to decide when you're done apologizing. It's the people you hurt who get to decide when they're tired of hearing it.
Remind me never to burn any bridges with you.
Why?
Because since my sister became a power-mad freak, you're the only one who tells it to me straight.
How'd you get your sticky little English fingers on that?
No sticky fingers, I promise.
How long have you worked for me?
Quite some time.
That's right. We both know that reporters have their somewhat underhanded ways of getting information from time to time.
Are you suggesting I stole it?
Did you? Or do you have an inside source?
I swear, on a stack of Bibles.
Have you ever seen me with even one Bible? Come on. How'd you get your hands on that information?
It was on the floor. Somebody dropped it.
Hey, guys, this wasn't meant to be read out loud to the press. This is supposed to be distributed in-house.
Gold star for you. But was it? It's dated today.
Well, I'm thinking no. I mean, why would you hold a press conference for Taboo if you're gonna kill it?
Maybe Ridge changed his mind?
Twice in one day? I don't think Ridge is capable of that much mental exercise. Changing his clothes twice, maybe.
And what?
Say it.
I'm just thinking, what if Thomas knew what Ridge was up to and he headed him off at the pass?
Outmaneuvered him? Yeah. Announced he was expanding the line, giving a percentage to charity, daring anyone who was at the press conference to challenge him. Was Ridge there? How'd he look?
Especially stone-faced.
Well, I am appalled. Do you think a son would actually pull such a dastardly act on his own father? Forget the swimsuits. We've got your cover story.
So you think that holding a press conference, daring me to humiliate myself after the shock of what you did, that was a reasonable way to begin this discussion with me?
No, I don't. But my choice was between handing Thomas a public humiliation that he may never recover from or playing for time to have this discussion with you.
Come back later.
I would, except for the risk of later being too late.
If we run, Taboo is dead, and it's not. We have an army of Forrester attorneys coming after us.
Wait a minute, we are forgetting something. Brooke was there with Thomas, right?
That's right.
And they were acting flirtatious.
Maybe she didn't know about the memo.
Maybe neither of them did.
Impossible. Ridge doesn't relieve himself without Brooke knowing about it. If there was a press conference, it was to play taps for Taboo, and Brooke and Thomas knew it.
Okay, so you're saying that they deliberately...
Called his bluff and won. Ridge stood there stone-faced and let them do it.
I hardly believe it. They're a very close family.
They're my in-laws. They are instant dysfunction. Just add water and stir. I'm telling you, somehow a line got crossed.
Yeah, but a line between Mrs. Forrester and Thomas? No.
All right, you do the math. Sales for Taboo through the roof. Why else would Ridge axe it? Here's what we're doing, and you know how to do it. Start writing. Tease it just short of a lawsuit for libel. Father knows best. Bye-bye, Taboo.
Dad, can I borrow the car? And Mom, too?
That's terrible. To love, honor, and disobey.
That was no lady. That was my stepmother.
Even worse. Just go with
Okay, hold on a second. Jared, can I have a second?
I'll get writing.
Thanks.
What's the problem?
Oh, we can't do this. We don't know the whole story. We don't even know if there is a story.
Do you know how much I hate the word can't?
I think we're both probably in a position we don't want to be in.
Defied by my wife and son? That's right, I don't.
I only did what you did. I took a shortcut to winning. Dad, we were both wrong. And it started with you.
I made a decision that was mine to make as CEO of this company.
Oh, come on. We both know that's bull. You weren't acting as CEO. You were using your authority to punish me as your son, not as your designer, because you could. And I stopped you for today because I could. Come on, how far do you want to take this slapping me down before I slap back?
Thomas, it's not acceptable to me to know that beneath all the risque promotional shots you made, you had an agenda involving my wife.
I thought about Brooke. Is that so strange? No one else had much faith in me.
That's not true.
You believed in Steffi's big dreams, in hopes. You didn't even know what mine were. If I had an idea, it came as a shock to you, so I made a decision. It was my time, my turn. I wanted something for me. And yes, Brooke, she was the only one who truly believed in me. Look, I don't know why I kissed her. But the kiss really was no big deal. And for you to threaten to kill Taboo, maybe I was still struggling to sort out what she was supposed to be to me. Sort out my feelings, but believe it or not, it helped. All I felt was foolish.
Well, thank you. Couldn't have been easy to walk back in this room. But Thomas, I must say, all is not forgiven. If I let the line continue, I reward you for the stunt you pulled. And if I kill it now, as I intended, then the whole world would still see how my son and my wife teamed up to thwart me. And they'd have to draw their own conclusions as to why. I said no calls. All right, give me a moment. There's something urgent at International.
It's all right. I really have nothing more to say.
Neither do I, for now.
Thomas, no. Don't.
It's all
walk
right.
Away.
He's only left me one direction.
This is the perfect storm for a tabloid scandal. This is the stuff we live for.
Is it?
What else?
I kind of thought your wife was the stuff you live for.
All right, that's a low blow.
Hey, Brooke is her sister.
That doesn't mean she gets a free pass. Hey, the tabloid press is a very lucrative part of our business. You need to see this for what it is, son. Brooke and Thomas were very happy to exploit the tabloids, to use the tabloids to promote Taboo. Ridge was complicit up until now. Well, it's a double-edged sword. Welcome to the other side of the blade.
So you really think that Ridge Forrester's wife is sleeping with his son?
She slept with his father. Why is his son such a stretch?
That's what I'm saying, Dad. You don't know. And you're asking Jared to write this whole piece insinuating that this is the case without ever coming out and saying
Well, we
it.
all skate on the same thin ice for our readers.
Just don't do this, Dad, please.
Why?
Just this once, don't.
Hey, Brooke is no friend of yours. Hope couldn't dump you fast enough to suit Brooke once she found out about Amber.
Yeah, but Brooke was right. She's still Hope's mother. Every racy thing we print about her hurts the girl I love, and I don't want to do that anymore.
All right, we'll hold the story for a day. A few days. See what develops. I guess that's good strategy.
How long will you be gone?
Oh, who knows? The French and their strikes.
Well, I'll go home and pack some things for you.
No, they'll have some clothes for me in Paris. The apartment's fully stocked. I'll be fine.
So you're gonna just walk out of here without any kind of closure?
Closure, I tried. Thomas didn't like it.
We really need to reach a resolution before you leave.
Logan, the dock workers in Marseille refused to load and unload containers that were shipping all over the world. Now people need to be wined and dined and made to feel important. Marcus doesn't really have much of a feeling for that.
Okay, well, I'll help you.
No, you stay here. We shouldn't both be gone at the same time.
You know, you don't have to have any concerns about Thomas and me working together.
I keep trying to believe that.
You don't really think that I would be unfaithful with your son.
You stood in front of a room full of reporters and helped him defy me. Never mind how good you think your reasons were. Let's just make sure we understand that.
There's no man in this world that I find more attractive than you. Let's make that very clear.
What about respect?
I hurt you, and I know you feel betrayed by me. But that pain is nothing compared to what you would feel if you lose the love and respect of your son. I just couldn't let that happen, Rich.
I have to go.
Okay. Well, maybe it's good that you're going to be spending some time alone. It'll give you time to think.
Yeah, maybe so.
You'll call?
Oh, you know how it is, the time difference and all.
Really doesn't matter what time it is.
Take care.
Rich. This isn't the end of anything.
Tell RJ and Hope goodbye for me, okay?
I love you. I love you enough to stand up to you when I know it's the right thing. I just didn't want to see you damage your relationship with your son. I just couldn't let that happen. So go to Paris and take care of whatever it is you need to take care of there, and just take as much time as you need, and I'll be here when you get back. And you will forgive me. Heck, you might even thank me. Taboo is no threat to you, and Thomas is no threat to you and me. The only threat would be to lose your son. And I love you too much to see that happen. I hope you'll understand.